All right. So I'm on here live. A lot of people have been asking me about how I manage my schedule with multiple companies. So I'll wait a little bit. Pause the chat. Let me open up the chat box. Hello, Sharon. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so I'm just waiting just a little bit. Hola, Frederica. Frederica. Hola, hola. So we're gonna talk about these schedules. I know many of us are with multiple companies or are looking to be with multiple companies. And I have 4 children, one being 3. And I'm with 4 companies. And so many people have been asking me, well, how do you do a schedule when you have a 3-year-old at home and you're with 4 different companies? Hey, did you get my message earlier? No. Earlier today? What was it on? I didn't get it, Sharon. Was it on Facebook? I didn't get a message. I didn't see it. I'd have to look on LinkedIn. Oh, I'm so slow responding on LinkedIn because I don't open it every day, and I need to change the notifications to where I get like the pop-up notifications because I don't know what I have this thing set as. So if I don't go in and check, I don't see that I have a message. Ah, I see. I see it. I see it, Sharon. I'm gonna read all of it, and then I'll respond back to you. I didn't know. I didn't know. I need to get on LinkedIn more. Change the notifications. Kid adulthood. Hey, how's it going? Hey. All right. Well, I have 4 people. I'm not going to keep you guys too long because something very rare just happened. I know I say I'm not going to keep you too long all the time, okay? But something very rare just happened. My sister came over and took all the children with her until tomorrow. Even the 3-year-old. I was just like, you taking everybody? And the 18-year-old is on camp. She's at art camp. And so I don't have to, normally her and her boyfriend come over and spend the day and eat it, make big sandwiches and then ask if we're going out to eat. But, both of them are at camp. Her and her boyfriend are at camp. She took the 12-year-old, the 13-year-old, and the 3-year-old. She took them. So it's just my husband and I here. And I just don't know what to do with myself. My husband said, what do you want to do? I said, well, let me do a live first. Let me do this YouTube live because I had planned on doing it. So let me go ahead and do this first. And then we can continue our date night. So it is date night, you guys. Date night day, date night night. Until she said she'll bring them back 5 o'clock tomorrow. So this is rare. So I'm going to show you guys how I do my schedule. Now, you guys probably know that I'm with Dada. I'm still with Dada. So with Dada, I teach with Dada on pretty much 7 days a week. But my scheduled days are Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So 5 days a week I'm scheduled. And for those 5 days, I work 3 hours. So I work from the Beijing time. So the 6 to 9 Beijing time. For me, in the United States where I live, in Oklahoma, I'm not sure where everyone is, but I live in Oklahoma in the United States. And for me, that is from 5 a.m. until like a little bit after 8 a.m. That's all data. And then I've been signing up lately for part-time hours. So I've been giving up my Friday and my Tuesday for part-time hours. Now, here's how the other companies fit in. So that's just data. So we have, I'm gonna make a visual for you guys. So we have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Is this gonna fit? Maybe it's too big. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Now, this helped me in the beginning when I was juggling doing multiple companies. I actually sat and doing it in my mind. I got everything jumbled up, but I actually sat and got pen and paper and I marked up all my availability and what days, what times would be most feasible for me. And so during these days, we're going to put data first. So these are the days, and I'm going to split this part in 4s. So we have 1, 2, and 3, 4. So for data, we're going to do data first, and then we'll do Palfish, Cambly, and We Talk. Those are the 4 companies I'm with. Dada, Palfish, Cambly, and We Talk. Okay. I really got a Donald Trump message. Okay. All right. Okay. We're going to keep this moving. So on Mondays and Sundays, let me move that over. So on Sundays, I don't work Palfish, Cambly, or We Talk. So that's why I just went on and put it all in this column. I only do data because I go to church, you guys. So Sunday is like just data in the morning. And so I do that from 5 a.m. to, I'm just going to say, I'm going to round it to 8, 5 to 8 a.m. That's what I do on Sundays. So my Sundays are easy. Now on Mondays, I do the 5 to 8 with data. Wednesdays, 5 to 8. Thursdays, 5 to 8. And Saturdays, 5 to 8. So that's how my schedule looks with data. Now, when I'm doing this, everyone in my house is pretty much asleep. Everyone sleep during the school year. My kids, the older ones, they get themselves up and then they leave, they leave and go to school. My husband takes them. So it works for me that way. Now, if you have kids that you need to assist to get ready for school, I suggest that practice. This is what I did with my 3-year-old. We practiced a routine. So if you are planning on doing this, before you do it, I say give it maybe at least minimum of a couple of weeks to a month of just practicing a routine. So everybody knows they're not acting brand new and the house is going to combust into flames because you're not actively involved in everybody's lives. So I know some of you may be single parents, single moms, single dads, trying to make this work for you. Start off with the routine. So with my kids, because they're so used to me, even my 12-year-old, she has so much hair. So much hair, okay? And I don't even know how to, her little hands can't even grip all of her hair to put in a ponytail. So she's like, Mom, can you help me with my hair before school? And I tell her, no, we practice on how she can do her hair. We practice easy styles, or I might help her the night before, get her all situated, and then she, wrap it up with a silk scarf or a bonnet. However you do with your daughters, she took care of it to where she didn't sleep crazy. And the day, when she woke up, all she had to do was touch it up really. And she didn't need mommy in the morning because I was not able to help her. So practice that routine with your children. If you are one of those parents that get up and fix breakfast before school, and this is going to cut into their before school schedule, then maybe switch to cereal or do something, that depending on how old they are, where they can kind of prepare it themselves, like some oatmeal, instant oatmeal, stuff like that. So you just have to be creative with how you do it. Toast. I've done butter toast. I've done where I would get up early, get everything prepared, and have everything like divvied out in plates. And when they woke up, they do grab your plate, eat quietly because I'm working, and everybody's ready to go. By the time I'm done, then my other daughter, I used to take her to school, but my oldest two would be already gone. 3-year-old would still be with me all day. Practice a routine if this is going to cut into it. Now, with those itty bitty children, you can make it work. With the young babies, if you practice a routine now, like have a playpen close to you, have a headset with a mute button. So look, when you see that red, when you hear mute. So I'm actively paying attention. I mute it so they don't hear. And then if you have to adjust your camera like this. When Jude was younger, like itty bitty baby, there were times where I had him in my lap. They can't see my lap. They didn't know what was going on down here. If I had to nurse, whatever, give them a bottle, they couldn't see what was going on down here. And so I had to adjust the camera upwards and took care of him. And I kind of maybe bounced a little like this to keep him quiet in my lap, gave him like a quiet, soft toy, or he had a pacifier. And in between class, that was golden time for me to hurry up and do what I need to do. My son's routine was to dig in my purse and steal my gum before. You know what? My kids did it too, LaTanya. It got to the point where my chair next to me, this chair right next to me, I had to put my purse. I parked it in my chair because they knew they would go in my bedroom and be like, and I'm like, what happened to all my gum? My kids did it too. Every day they would come and I just got robbed. And so set these routines with these kids. Babies can go and, have routines too. So if you got to set a sleep schedule, have a playpen next to you, or however small they are, bassinet, get them situated. Whatever their favorite toy is. My 3-year-old, I situate him with, he has like a little, them little kid iPad thingies. And I put on there, he has the kids YouTube, educational games. Like he got this Zen puzzle. Zen puzzle, and he's just sliding shapes into place, and he does that. Oh my gosh, he loves that. Just sliding shapes. Yes, the purse is the perfect distraction. Yes, there you go. Maybe if you even get a purse, that's a good idea. Get a purse and put some stuff in it, like put some toys in it, and then have it next to you and make them think they doing something. Put, maybe not even toys, but stuff that you don't mind them playing with, but they think they really getting into something. For, the little ones that like to dig in mommy's purse. And my son, I showed you guys how I use these little eggs. You can set up, just like you set up rewards and games for your classroom, set up activities for your younger children and practice quiet playtime. Practice that. And then when you have to do the mute, here's what I do. If I see them, they're trying to get my attention. My Jude knows, he's 3. He knows to whisper. So he's whispering. I mute it, and I'm talking without moving my lips. Jude, go sit down. Hold on, okay? And then I unmute it. All right. And then I'm back to, interacting. So I try to talk to him, or I'll put something in the way. Like, I'll use this little dot up here. I'll put something in the way like this. And I'm like, okay, Jude, go sit down. My mic is muted. And I'm like, go sit down. Yay. Go sit down, Jude. I'll be in there in a moment, okay? And then I'm going to get you a Pop-Tart. All right. And so then sometimes you have to parent and teach all at the same time. So that's how I do that. Because people are like, how do you do your schedule and juggle your kids? I established a routine. So the routine was first and foremost in my planning. Okay. So let's go back to the timeline. So I think you got blurry. Are we blurry? I don't know. Looks kind of like out of focus for me. Okay, so that's my Dada schedule. So I set a routine for my kids. We practice, and they know. They know. Even my extended family know. My phone is gonna be on extra vibrate slash ignore airplane mode when I'm teaching. So don't call me that early in the morning. If it's an emergency, call back to back, leave a message, and I will check it between class. Okay. So they already know. Or I'll put it on mute and listen to my voicemail. If I see that they're calling back to back, I'll put it on mute, listen to voicemail. Or put it on mute and be like, I can't talk right now. These are tricks that I use in the classroom. And it works with my schedule. So I'm able to do this full time at home. So I do this full time. Now on Tuesdays and Fridays, you see I have Palfish. I do not teach children like the actual class with the slides on Palfish. I just tutor like free talk on Palfish. So if you're familiar with something like Palfish, where it's just free talk, you have a choice with free talk or teaching the students in a classroom with slides. Find another company that's flexible, that doesn't have required days and times and hours. When you find these flexible companies, you can fit them in like jigsaw puzzles. So on Tuesdays and Fridays, many times I will use this 5 to 8 period. So 5 o'clock in the morning. I think my marker, the lid was off too long. Let me get another one. So if I feel like getting up, and that's the beauty of it. If I feel like it, if I want a real off day, I just don't. But lately I've been doing, this is open for PT if I want it. PT if I want it. And then, on the weekends, Dada offers extra PT hours as well. So, and then with Palfish, on these off days, I might do 5 to 8, because seeing that I just tutor free talk, there are no requirements. So there's no like hourly requirements. So that's what I do. And then say that there's like slow days in here, and I know like a lot of my kids have canceled, and I'm chancing it. Like sometimes you gamble. Okay. You're like, I had a lot of cancellations. It's been really slow. So I'm just going to turn on, availability for this in this other area and keep an eye on this. Now, if you a daredevil, if you like to chance it like I do sometimes, then sometimes you can overlap some things, kind of predict what you think the flow would be. But then whatever the consequences are of doing that, then you have to be aware of your consequences. Now with Cambly is 24 hours a day. So if you find a company like it, I know there's other, like I think iTutor Group. I think iTutor Group is one. I'm not really familiar with all of them. But if you find one that's like have like all day availability whenever you want to, then it works out, especially for me being in the United States. So for Cambly, I actually do Cambly Monday through Friday, and I set a schedule. You don't have to. You could just pop on when you pop on. So again, this is a flexible company. These two are very flexible. It's whenever I feel like it. But I choose to set a schedule for myself. So I set it for myself so that people can make reservations. So for Cambly, I set every day. I set it from 9:30 a.m. to normally I might go until noon or 1 p.m. So 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Now, in between that, sometimes I take breaks in between calls. They have a feature where you can do like a 5-minute break. Every hour you can do a 5-minute break. And then that's when I'm like, Jude, are you okay? I can do a lot in 5 minutes. Okay. Jude, are you okay? Get him situated, make him a sandwich real quick. Normally I would have already prepped. So all I got to do is dish it out, check on him, love on him, tell him, you've been so good. When I get done, we're going to do this and this. And every hour I check on him. In between calls, I check on him. The mute button during when I'm teaching and I'm listening. And then they see me listening and I put it on mute because I have to say something to my son. I have him all situated. Okay. So that's key. So I do that 9:30 to 1, 9:30 to 1, 9:30 to 1, 9:30 to 1. And then We Talk. You're probably like, well, dang, when did she fit in We Talk? We Talk, I only do that Fridays and Saturday nights. And I only do it for 1 hour. So I do it for 1 hour. I do 8:30 to 9. And then I do it again from 10:50 to 11:20. And that's for both days. That's PM. That's PM. Now you see, I'm doing all of this. I was not going to do Camly Kids, but you forced me to try it out. Do you like it, LaTanya? You know, I wasn't gonna do Camly Kids because I was just like, that's only like $12 an hour and they want too much work. But then I was like, okay, it's not too much work because I really I don't go all extra out like I do with Dada. I talk to them. I do have games and props, but I'm a lot more relaxed. We do more conversation. If we don't finish the slides, we don't finish the slides. If they're running around, they're running around. You know, I'm not going to be like, someone help. We're not doing assessments. I don't have to do reports. I might, send them a message after class saying, you did a great job. Wonderful. It was good to see you today. I might send them a message, but there's no assessments. So I'm just like, you know what? I'll go for it. And I love it. I really do. I love it. Yes. I love it, love it, love it. Becky, yes, love it, love it, love it. So I'm just like, why didn't I do this sooner? Because at first I was like, nope, 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 nope. They couldn't pay me enough. Well, they don't pay me enough. But then I was like, oh, wow, it's so laid back. It's so cool. Sometimes you just get on there and you and the kids' profiles and just doing mostly free talk. I'm now getting 5 to 6 classes a day, 5 days a week. What? That's good. You are awesome. I only get in Cambly Kids, I only get like 3 kids classes a day, but tomorrow I actually have 4 kids classes and 3 adult classes. So I still do adult tutoring as well. So I don't only do Cambly Kids. I have some regular adults, and if I was to just only do Cambly Kids, they would be heartbroken because we have became like BFFFs. Anyone here have any tips on passing the Cambly interview video? Marilyn, yes. The interview video. I did a video on it. I think I did. I do so many videos on the fly. I believe I did a video on it. So with the Cambly Kids interview video, that's a mouthful. What they want to see is that you are a versatile teacher. So have a prop. Have a prop handy and show TPR. Show that you are happy. You don't have to be like all over the place, but show TPR. They actually have like a YouTube video for you to watch of another teacher talking about it, different things you can use in the classroom. And so I watched their videos that they had to help me. And I was like, okay, this is what they're looking for. So I'm just going to do what I normally do in other teaching settings. And so I actually use bubbles as my reward. So pretend that you're talking to a young child. I used bubbles and I blew bubbles as my, oh, you did a good job. And I blew bubbles and they loved the bubbles. I actually got an email saying, well, we loved your bubbles. Like she personalized the congratulatory email saying that they loved the bubbles. And show TPR, ask questions, because you're pretending that you're talking to a student. Pretend that you're giving them time to respond. Good. Okay. Don't use a lot of incidental language. That means where you're just using unnecessary vocabulary. Like, okay, now let's go to this slide. Just click and go. Be specific in your directions that you're giving the student. Pretend like you're teaching like a lower level learner, and you should do very well. I like to try Cambly Kids. Should I notify Cambly? Yes. You can notify them. Send a ticket in, and there's one of the options that says, I like to apply for Cambly Kids. And then type it in there and they'll send you an invitation. Hello, I'm from Brazil. Hello from Brazil. Yes. I actually talked to a gentleman from Brazil today. Yeah, today on Cambly. I talked to a gentleman from I forgot what part of Brazil. But yes, and he actually gave me a tour of his balcony. That was pretty cool. Watch her video. She helped me get on Dada ABC. Oh, thank you, Latanya. Yes, Marilyn, I have some videos on. So find those videos. After I post this, I'll try to pop the links in there. I'll go back and put the links on this video. Okay, so this is my schedule. This is how I do it. Now, Dada, it's not, you have to like set a schedule. And they have some new things going on with their schedule. Like this schedule has been set for me for like 2 years. This schedule has been set for me for 2 years, okay? And you can add extra hours if you want to. So there's times where Palfish is just like, I'm not getting really a lot of free talks. So I will put in for part-time, but then I might have Palfish on for free talk saying that I can accept calls because Palfish is on your phone. It's on your phone. You don't need the camera on your computer. It's an actual phone app tutoring type company. And so I might have Palfish going and I'm waiting for Dada to fill up my hours with trials or whatever. And then whenever I do get a class, then I'll just say not available for Palfish. So if you find these flexible companies that allow you to change your availability at a whim, you can fit them together like jigsaw puzzles. You can really fit them together. And that's why I'm with these companies. I'm with Dada, Palfish, Cambly, and WeTalk. And a month with all of them, I'm able to do this full time. I know a lot of people are like, how much do you make on average a month? On average, not counting referrals or whatnot, but just counting just my work alone. I make about, let me do the math. A month, I make about a little over, it's maybe like 2,100 a month, about 2,100 a month doing my schedule like this. That's on average. So, and that works for me. That works for my household. Now, it also depends on where you live. Is that feasible? Like some of you live in New York, California, more expensive places. I live in Oklahoma. So that's really good. Like I can, even if I wasn't married, I could do pretty decent by myself. But I live in Oklahoma, so that's, it works out for me. I also have my husband's income as well. So for you guys that are single or, not single, but you are maybe the primary breadwinner, then that's something to look into. And then, of course, I end my day at 1. My day is done at 1. If you have a support system where you're able to keep going, or you think that, I just don't want Jude, because he gets up, he has a routine on what to do when he gets up. So in between this 8 o'clock and 9:30, that's when I'm doing like, Jude's up, spending time with him, brush your teeth, go potty, and getting him situated. So I have that time in there to get him situated before I dig into the rest of my working day. Okay. So that's why I have that gap there. So I spend that hour and a half, roughly hour and a half, getting him situated. And then sometimes I don't have reservations at 9:30. And so I don't have a reservation till 10. I always have something at 10, but sometimes I don't have anything at 9:30. So it gives me a little bit more time with Jude. But he's 3. Now, if you have older children and you think that they can, like, if you want to pretend like, regular school day hours and stretch that out, if you have a company that you can do midday, like Cambly, a company that has availability midday, stretch that out. Maybe you can go until 3 or 4. That's even more money. That's more money for you. For me, I end my day at 1. Now with Dada, Palfish, Cambly, and WeTalk, I pull in about, with the schedule that you see here, I personally pull in about, 2,100 a month. So I know people are talking about, I want to get into the comic club. I want to see 4 digits a month. I'm doing a little over 2,000 a month with this type of a schedule. So, find those companies that really, it might take a little bit of research, and it depends on where you live. I see I have a Brazilian here with us. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the time difference. I forget what the time difference is. So how that works for you. Some of you might prefer, depending on where you live, working all through the night and then sleeping in the morning and then having, waking up and having your whole afternoon, evening, and then you're working through the night again. So whatever works for you, Research these companies and flexibility. Cambly has people from all over the world. Anybody in the world that wants to learn English can be on Cambly. My student base is, I get a lot of Turkish people. So people in Turkey, that works with the time zone that I teach in. I'm Central Standard Time in the United States. So from 9:30 to 1 p.m., I get Turkish, Taiwanese, Japanese, Chinese, Brazilian, um, what else? Let's see, Turkish. Many people from Saudi Arabia. I get a lot of people from Saudi Arabia, children too. And Cambly Kids, with my schedule that I have here, I get children from France. Many children from Saudi Arabia, many children from Turkey. Mainly, those are the type of the ethnic backgrounds, the cultural backgrounds of children that I get. Saudi Arabia, France, Turkey. That's what I get with my schedule. So depending on where you live, find companies that cater to certain time zones and fit that in. Like there's iTutor Group. I was going to work with iTutor Group, but then I decided not to because it just didn't work with my schedule. But people say that they were making a lot of money with iTutor Group. So research that. Cambly, there's so many. I found out there's more companies like Cambly. I'm trying to collect like a database of these type of countries that are like 24-hour companies that have like 24-hour tutoring. And then I'm going to share with you guys so you guys know how can you make your spare time profitable. Yes, make your spare time profitable. And let's see, do you have a referral for Cambly Kids? Yes. How do I get invited to Cambly Kids? If you're already working on the Cambly platform, Jennifer, then you can submit a ticket to ask them for an invite for Cambly Kids. So you have to be invited or you have to ask for an invite. So I found it because they invited me. Sometimes they will invite you. They would just say, hey, we think you would be a good match for our Cambly Kids program. So I was invited. Some people are invited. Some people ask for an invite. So you could submit a ticket. If you're not with Cambly yet, then you'd have to apply to Cambly. And then once you get accepted into Cambly, then you could respond with, hey, I'm interested in Cambly Kids. And then they'll have you go through being approved to teach the children. And then when you open your schedule, you can just open it for children only and no adults if you don't want to tutor any adults. And I do have a referral. I have a few videos on my channel about Cambly Kids, and I have a referral link on there as well. Talk List and Carrot English. I've never heard of those. Okay, you guys, Frederica, I hope I'm saying your name right. Frederica, I hope I'm saying it right. I'm sorry if I'm not. Talk List and Carrot English. Are you on those platforms? If you are, maybe you can get some referrals from people. So I'm going to have to write that down. Talk List. So she said Talk List and Carrot English are like Cambly. So those are some flexible companies for you. My work hours with all the companies, 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. Monday through Saturday, and Sunday 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. Woo, that 2 a.m. I'm too much of a night owl. But if you crank it out, if it's working for you, that is awesome. That's a really good schedule. So you have the rest of your day. So that is awesome. Okay, I will look into those. You're saying it right. Okay, yay, I'm saying it right. Okay. And so this is how I do my schedule. Palfish, if I want to, like right now, Palfish is 24 hours too, but it's only Asian time zone, BJT, Beijing time zone. And so if I wanted to, I'll show you guys what this looks like. If you haven't seen my video, so I could just go into Palfish. There's my profile right there. Oh my goodness, I have mail. But there's my profile right there. And if I want to start tutoring, I don't have my earbuds, and I doubt anyone's gonna call me that quick. But right now, it's showing me as offline. And Palfish has it to where you can open up your schedule and see. I just open up my schedule like that, and you see like the different hours they have, and that's every day. And they tell you what the hot hours are. That's everyday availability. So I can even, if I wanted to open it up all the way up through midnight, I could. And then it just depends because, at that time, it's like what, morning in China. So midnight for me would be what's midnight for me? 1 p.m. the next day. Midnight, of course, is the next day at midnight, but that's 1 p.m. in China. So if you want it, you might get people, especially on the weekends, that are wanting to practice in the morning. You can always just open up availability. You don't even have to schedule it ahead of time. And that's one thing I like about Palfish. You don't have to open up your schedule. If I wanted to just jump on, like right now, it's not in my schedule today to tutor. And the only thing that means is that they just can't schedule me ahead of time. But I could just go in, and you see this green button, I could just press this. So it means I'm available, and I press it again when I'm ready to stop tutoring. Want to start tutoring. And I could just wait. I could just sit and wait. And one time I forgot that I was on availability, and I had my earbuds in, and I was just sitting watching TV. I'm telling you, like 5 hours had passed by. And off and on throughout the day, I had to even set my phone down and everything because I forgot. And the call came in, and I was like, "What in the?" And that's the good thing about it being on your cell phone. You don't have to open up your video. It can just be voice only, and you just talk to them. Yeah, just talk. And however long they want to talk, however long you want to talk, 30 minutes. Most of mine have been like 30 minutes. I've had a few that were an hour because they have to pay per minute. They pay per minute on Palfish. So they could call you if you set yourself to available. Like right now, if somebody was waiting to talk to somebody and they saw me and they wanted to talk to me, they could call me. And so that's one way. If you just wanted to, hey, I have some extra time, I'm just gonna sit here on available and see what happens. That's one thing that I like Palfish for. I found them on. Okay, let's see. Lashana, will you do a video about Palfish? I've been thinking about signing on with them, but I'm confused about how they do things. Yes, it's all easy. Yes, I will. I only did a video on how to apply. And then I think I did one on how to do a live class. But yes, there's a lot. As you see, this is a lot. I mean, and I'm the type of person, I don't know about you guys, I would love for somebody to just do videos like this where I could just talk to them. And this is why I do this, because there's not a lot of videos like this out there that really kind of break it down for people like me that don't want to go in and read for like 12 hours. Because I can read it once and then I'm like, wait a minute, did I read something about this? How do I do this? Then I got to go back and read it again. I'd rather just have somebody show me and explain it to me. So yes, it's all easy. I would do some more Palfish videos. So there's a lot going on. There's moments. Now with these moments, they have where you can actually go through, and these are all my moments. So you actually post like social media. And I've posted things like, I'm available for free talk. I post videos where they can get to know my family. I posted things about the weather, trying to spark conversation. You really post things to like kind of intriguing them to want to talk to you. And then for those of you that wanted to teach children on Palfish, you can post videos of you just talking, like short videos, like a little, hi, I like to do, and the best way to practice phonics is to do this. So I hope to see you in the classroom. You can do like a 30-second video every day just to get people be like, I wonder what her classroom is like, and maybe they'll book with you. So Palfish, one of the cons, it's a lot of advertising yourself. So you really put yourself out there. Like you see these videos. I'm just posting videos. You see, you post this, post pictures. I post videos. And then they go through and they can like, you see the little thumbs, they can like, they can send, they can comment on your things. So it's kind of like, you know, you're socializing with the parents and the students, and then they might want to talk to you on free talk, or um if you're doing the kids courses, they want to be in your classroom because they think you're interesting. Now I'm going to stop tutoring right now because I don't want to forget like I did last time. So now I'm unavailable, so they can't see me. But yeah, there's a lot that goes into there. Then there's lives. You do lives. And sometimes I use my free time. I even read part of City of Bones. These are live videos that I did for free. So like I'm doing this live. You do videos like that on Palfish. And so with my free time, like, I said I end my day at 1. I might jump on Palfish and say, you know what? I'm just going to do like a live. Maybe it's 9, 10 o'clock at night. I have nothing to do really. It's just done on the app on our phones. We don't have to be confined. You're right. Yes. You got it right there, Sharon. Yes. It's an app on your phone. They don't even I don't even think it's accessible on the computer. I've never found it on the computer, but you actually have to download an app and use the app. The students use the app, the teachers use the app, and you just use your phone. You can do video chats. You can do audio only. I do audio only. I've never done a video chat. So that's one thing, right? No computer, just your phones. So that's one thing I do with Palfish. So Palfish, I can fit in anywhere. Many times, in that 8 to 9:30 area, many times I'll make myself available just to see if somebody will call me. And I get a lot of calls. I actually do. I get one person that calls me regularly. She just likes to call me and talk for 25 minutes every day just to practice, because she said her aunties told her it would be good. So she practices before bed. She's a 14-year-old girl, and she calls me almost every day. And I just talk to her. And then, when I need to talk to Jude, there's a mute. I put my phone on mute, and I'm like, Jude, go sit down. I'm walking around the house, fixing breakfast, pouring cereal, helping him pull his pants up after he go potty. And I'm tutoring on Palfish. Mute, unmute, mute, unmute. So Palfish is super like flexible like that. If that's, but Palfish isn't, that's something like, if you're going to do free talk, you have to they're not going to push customers to you or clients to you. You have to draw them to you. So it depends on, if you just want something where you sit back and the calls come to you, you probably want something other than Palfish. But I'm going to do a video. It's all easy because a lot of people are successful. There's another YouTuber, Camden. He makes a lot of money on Palfish, like a lot of money. And I've seen other Palfish teachers that make a lot of money, and that's all they do is Palfish. Now that we can open and close slots with Dada, do they still book you? Yes. Yes, they do. They still book you. They still book you, and you have control of your schedule more so, because you know how in the past, because you said you're excited to work for them again. So, in the past, any little changes you want to make to your schedule, you had to contact them, email, chat with CS. Now they just ask you, choose a schedule and commit to it for 2 months. So a 2-month commitment. If you want to change it, you can set expiration dates to your schedule. I'm still on the old contract, so I don't have that ability. I'm tied the way I'm tied until my time is up. I could switch over, but if you're on a current contract, they're giving you the option if you wanted to switch over to the new program, or if you want to remain and finish out your contract. I haven't been asked yet, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But yes, you can set expiration dates to your schedule on Dada and then change it as you like. They do ask at least for a 2-month commitment. That way parents know what's going on. They know, okay, this is this teacher schedule for 2 months. I'm going to book with this teacher for 2 months. And then, hey, you might like the kids so much that you keep those slots like that for another 2 months or more, longer, forever, however you want to do it. Yes, I was told they make a lot of money on Palfish. Yes, because for free talk, Sharon, you set your own rates. So whatever you want to charge, you choose what you want to charge. Now mine are low. My rates are low because I consider myself like a nobody on Palfish. There's so many people, so I'm just like, it's low, you guys, call me. So you set your per minute rate. And these teachers, especially the ones that teach the kids and they do free talk and that's all they do. And some of them like don't have children and they make themselves available 24 hours a day. They just keep their phone on them and do what they do. And when the phone rings, they take the call. Cha-ching. I'm just not that bold. I'm not about that life. Not right now. Because I will forget. Old contract as well until I sign this. Yes, I'm on the old contract. So hopefully I helped you guys with scheduling. Find flexible companies. So even if you have one that's just, like Dada, where they ask for somewhat of a commitment to a steady schedule for a period of time, even if you have one, then you can fill yourself up with other companies that, allow you to move things around as you want. And then it'll all fit in like clockwork. And so people were giving me a hard time with Dada a while ago. You can't work with more than one company. It's in the contract. But I mean, it was tricky the way they had that worded because they did have like this conflict thing and blah, 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 blah. But we're independent contractors. They just don't want people working for Dada and then, hey, these are all the ins and outs of Dada. This is the behind the scenes. Let's start our own company. So they put things like that in the contract, but they don't mind if you are working with other platforms, as long as you're not advertising these other platforms, as long as you're not using their platform to take away teachers, like, you're on the Dada platform and you're PMing people about other companies that you work for and you're trying to, then if they, if somebody reports you, you're in trouble. So don't do that. Don't do that, you guys. So, but yes, you can work for these companies. Now, the tricky part is the taxes. None of these companies take out taxes for you. So you have to do that yourself. They're just going to pay you your money and it's up to you with your taxes. So come up with your own way of keeping track of everything in your taxes. So that's, that's the trickiest part. One teacher told me if your fee is higher, they think you are a real good teacher, so they will select you. Oh, is that right? Maybe I need to up it then, because mine is really low. Mine is at what is it? 1.5. I think it's 1.7, 1.5 RMB. That's low. That's like, because Cambly is like 17 cents per minute. So I was like, I'm gonna do Cambly like rates. And so Cambly is 17 cents per minute. And so I think 1.5 RMB translates to like 15 cents per minute. So I was trying to make myself like, look, you could talk to me. And this is, but if that's the case, Sharon, maybe I need to do an experiment and maybe up it to like, I don't know, be bold, 2 RMB per minute. I don't know. I don't know how I should do that. But I'm going to do an experiment and then I'm going to check back with you guys. Yeah, she told me to choose a higher fee and you will see the difference. Oh, you thank you. You just showed me something. See, I just learned something. Thank you, Sharon. I'm going to try it. Maybe I'll do 2.5 and see who called me, because they trickle in slowly for me. I do have my regulars. So my regulars, I'll lock them in. That's another thing. You can lock in people on certain rates. Even if you change your rates, you can lock people in. This is your special rate, but this is everybody else's rate. So I'm going to lock in my regulars on Palfish on my, my old rate, because they probably like that. And we have rapport. But then I'm going to do that. I'm going to change my rate. Yes. Thank you, Sharon. High five, girl. Sharing is caring. Thank you. Okay. So does anyone else have any questions? I hope as far as how this goes, I know I kind of ran through really fast about the schedule. So babies, high chairs, swings, playpens, you're not neglecting them. You're really not. So in between classes, interact with them. Now, if you're going to do this, like, how I'm doing the 9:30 to 1 and in between, and I can take breaks and I have them in my lap and I play with them. And, I'm doing stuff and I don't ignore my son. When he come up to me, I'm going like this. They don't see him because while he might be down here doing something, I'm up here. And so I'm just down here, like, I might be cutting up an apple or whatever. He'll bring me a banana because everything's low enough for him to reach it. He'll bring me a banana. He'll bring me, we have like little juices and stuff and waters, and he'll bring it to me because he want me to open it. I'm opening it, sending him on his way, just sending him on his way. And so now I don't suggest you do this like 7 hours with like young children running around the house and you're just doing this and that might be a little bit of ignoring your children. But set up a routine. Even if you set your schedule where you're having like 30-minute breaks in between, do that. Set up these 30-minute breaks and then go play with your kids, interact with them. Be like, okay, mommy's going to work. And then when I'm done with this, then I'm going to do this. Maybe you work for an hour, break for 15 minutes even. Work for an hour, 15-minute break. Work for an hour, 15-minute break. Find these companies. You guys, there are like thousands of companies out there. I'm finding this out. It's like mind blowing. They're like small, unheard of companies in different countries, like, Germany, Russia, looking for teachers to teach English. They're just not popular because they don't advertise themselves like these other companies. So find people, get on Facebook, join these ESL groups and pick through the BS. I'm just going to say it. Pick through the stuff that you're like, do your research, ask people that have actually been with the company or are currently with the company, ask them for help, because if they're just going to give you a link and throw you away, then that's probably not worth your time. But ask them for help. And if they're going to help you with the process and they're going to be available, while you're trying to get your foot in the door, and then even those beginning stages of you being a teacher, you probably found something that's really going to, that has a really high chance of working out for you, because they want to see you succeed. If they just want to refer you and just stack up money, they're probably that's all they're doing. They're just referring you to just get money. And then that's it. They probably know that the company's trash. They just want the money. So if they're not willing to help you, it's probably not worth your time. Okay. Now, there are so many companies out there, things that are, don't get in a dead basket of eggs. Yes. So, don't stress yourself out. If you know something is just not working. I know Dada didn't work for a lot of people, so they left Dada and found other companies that they're happier with. And that's cool. Whatever works for you, then go with it and add to it. Because once you get into this world, this online teaching world, you really are your own, your own boss. Yes, they're paying you, but think about it this way. You are their independent contractor. All they're doing is giving you the clients. They're giving you the clients and you're making the clients happy, and they're paying you for making their clients happy. And you're making a name for yourself. You're making a reputation for yourself. And the better your reputation, more clients you get. And you never know, word of mouth travels, especially when people go to other companies and they're like, hey, and then you want to refer. And then I have had companies reach out to me because of my videos. And they actually said, you guys, seriously, they look at this stuff. And they actually said, I saw you on YouTube. And I really, I like your teaching method. So would you be interested? I'm just like, what? And I'm just like fangirling. Like, oh my gosh, this company actually saw me on YouTube. They were watching my YouTube video and they thought I'd be a fit for their company. And then, some of it just didn't work out. But I'm logging these things like, okay, maybe this is a fit for the future, or, oh no, maybe it's a little too new because they don't have enough of a, customer base for me to, so I'm like, I can't invest the time that they would like for me to, because of the demands that I have on my life right now. I need some right now money. But you guys, there are so many companies out there. So find these flexible companies. If you have young children, work with them with a schedule. I happen to be working in my dining room, so I'm in the wide open space. Some of you are fortunate enough to have rooms where you can put little hanging things on doorknobs that they know not to come into the room. Me, I'm dealing with the dog walking by, people walking in and out of the kitchen. I'm at the dining room table. So I just break down my stuff when I'm done, put it up, put it in my little laptop bag, and Mommy's done for the day. They know when everything gets shut off. My 3-year-old goes, Mommy, are you done teaching? Yes, I'm done. And he knows his mommy and me time. So hopefully this has helped you. If you need a more in-depth video where I just focus on maybe how to set up a routine for your children, or one more in depth on how I do my schedule, get paper, get a pencil, mark it down, mark down your obligations, make a mind map your day. So if you know, okay, I need to do this at this time, I need to, think about summer versus school year. Are you able to change? If you're going to do certain hours in the summer, can you change it when the school year starts? Think about those different commitments. Think about time change, daylight savings. If you're in a country with daylight savings, compute all of that into your schedule. Yes, Frederica, high five. We're dining room booze. Dining room twinsing. Or twinning. I said twinsing. Twinning. Dining room twinning. So yes, find these schools that will really fit in with your schedule, and then everything will work out with you making money. And yes, you can. Some people say, you'll see people that say, I do not recommend you doing this full time. It is not guaranteed. I wouldn't put myself in that financial situation. Maybe they had a bad experience themselves. And then again, it depends on what part of the world you live in, cost of living. Take that into consideration. So you can't really compare, well, this person is doing it, so how come I can't do it? Think about cost of living where you live. Think about your daily demands in life. Find companies. I suggest if you can get 3 companies and fit them in there, oh, you got every base covered. If you can get 3 and fit them in there, you got your just in case company. You might have your this is what it is all the time company. And you might have that, yes, this is, after my guaranteed money company, I'm going to be on here and I'm going to keep stacking because it's a good opportunity. The opportunist company, opportunist, guaranteed. When I say guaranteed, guaranteed money and just in case. So if you can get 3 companies and fit them in your schedule, you can do this full time. I'm teaching for what? About 6, 7 hours a day. That's like a full-time job, right? When you think about a full-time job, and then I'm at home, I get to take breaks and stuff. And, I'm in the comforts of my home, my pajamas, all that, when you figure out gas and everything. Also think about health insurance. Especially if you're single, can you deal with, what type of insurance are you going to do? Are you on somebody's policy? Are you able to purchase your health insurance somewhere else? Do you just not get sick? That's me. That's the story of my life. I don't get sick. I only go to the doctor when I'm having babies. That's pretty much it. I'm one of those stubborn people like that. Like, oh, let me get some, like, I don't feel good. Let me go eat an apple. That's just how I am. But think of everything, okay, before you say I can't, or before you say I absolutely can. So for me, yes, it works. I quit my 9 to 5 for this online. Yes. Frederica, we twinning, girl. We twinning, because I taught public school teacher. And I did that for 6 years. And before that, I was a preschool teacher. So before I was certified, I was teaching in the preschool world, the child development centers, not the daycares, but you just let the kids run around and you just supervise them. Child development centers, okay? I worked at a child development center for 8 years. So 8 years of like children running around and germs and all that stuff. And woo. And then I was like, got a taste of the online world. And I was like, can I do this? And it was actually my husband that was like, if you don't stop trying to compute every piece of life on a piece of paper and just do this because you can. And I was just like, you think I could? He was like, didn't I just? And he actually pushed me to just do it. And now I'm like, my teacher friends are like, are you coming back to teaching public school? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm going to do a separate video because this is going to get too long. We already at an hour, you guys. See, I did it again. And my husband back there, he probably like, when is she going to get off of this YouTube? But I'm about to wrap this up. I'm going to do a separate video on investing in yourself, investing in your future while you're working online. Because you guys, we don't have anybody taking out no 401k for us, okay? So we got to get that situated. If you going to do this, you got to do this. You got to think business minded, not just I get to sit at home and make money minded, but you got to think of this business minded. So routines with kids, gear up. When I say gear up, yeah, gear up your schedule, get it interlocked and working, and think of taking care of your house as, you know, this is your business. So you working out of your home as a business. So I'm gonna do some more videos. Maybe I might even do a live so you guys can ask me questions, because I think that's best when you guys can ask me a lot of questions during the live. I like doing these. Exactly. I need to work this YouTube thing. Yes, Sharon. So yeah, YouTube. That's another one. YouTube. There's so many opportunities out there. And then I'm going to show you guys about investing. There's some investments that I make that is super affordable, and it stack them dimes and nickels and them $1 bills, them $5 bills, and stack them, and they make your money really work for you. Yes. All of that. So I'm going to share all of this with you guys in another video, because this one was about scheduling. So all about scheduling had to do with routines and finding those companies, and really disciplining yourself to make a commitment. You're making a commitment. So if you can discipline yourself to commit even when you don't have to, but you're still committing because you're thinking long term, what is that check gonna look like? Without disrupting the balance of your household. That's not even the trick, but that's the key. Don't disrupt the balance of your household, but get it fitted in there to where you're making your money work for you and your time. Make it worth it. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for coming. Jennifer. Oh, well, thank you, Jennifer. And so I'm once I post this, probably not as soon as, but sometime tonight or tomorrow, I'm gonna put some links in here, because my husband's probably gonna snatch me as soon as I press end on this stream, because like I told you guys, we don't have any kids. That has not happened. That has never happened. Somebody's always here. Love you guys, and thanks for joining me. And if you have any requests, drop them. I will do as many videos, as many lives as it takes. I'll even do lives about the lives. Bye, you guys. Thank you. How do you mean this? Okay.